and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health, because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
And welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for tuning in. Glad you could stop by today. Always enjoy connecting with you and finding our way into your neck of the broadcast woods or video woods, and wherever and however and whatever you're doing when this show airs. Thank you so much. I'll give you my daily update on this coronavirus. That story's not going to go away anytime soon. I'll put I'm going to put a little different twist on it today for you, and talk about something you might find it odd, but there's the evidence and the science to support the genesis of the virus. So we'll do that update. The death toll is climbing, and yeah, it's a mess. However, health authorities, I don't know. I don't get a sense of deep concern. Concern, yes, but it doesn't seem as if they are exceedingly alarmed. I'm trying to find the words to describe my interpretation of their reaction, but we'll see. The World Health Organization, United Nations, and all these other outfits that monitor these things because it's so global seem to have a concern. There are some stories trending about, are we prepared in this country? And again, I'm just going to remind, I said it the last couple of days, 3 days. Influenza, so far this year, has killed over 8,000 people in this country. That's a fact. Go to the CDC and you'll see. Influenza is lethal, and we flirt with that thing every year. So I understand this coronavirus is concerning. I get that, but so is influenza. That's just my point. And so there are other stories and studies that are trending, stories about studies about stories, and we have it all together. Katie's back. She's now over her birthday cake binge.
I didn't eat any birthday cake, believe it or not.
her sugar hangover.
Yeah.
Right.
I traded the cake in for tacos this year. I had birthday tacos.
Yo. I'm for it.
I mean, is that a good trade? I'm not even sure.
No idea.
Instead of robbing the bank with a 45, I decided to use an M1.
Hey, you know what? Minor improvements.
Yes. Less casualties.
Yeah, see? Reggie's got less casualties.
I get it.
Less casualties.
Completely
I didn't eat birthday cake. I put a candle on a taco. Okay, go for it, there.
I mean, it's got lettuce and, tomatoes.
I didn't get lettuce.
No, man. No. No. Like that one senator or some government official said, well, the tomato and the lettuce on a burger counts as a serving of vegetables. What are you talking about?
Basically a side salad.
I know that made you mad to no end.
What does he say? I said, why don't you just throw in the pickles, pal? Yeah. How about that? Okay? Yeah. Oh, for heaven's sake. Katie, let everybody know how they can make content. People, the rationalization and the contortions that people put themselves through, commit to sin and be quiet, okay? Tell us.
Okay.
Go ahead. Tell them where we are.
I won't admit it next time. You can go.
I wasn't talking to you.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't talking. I was talking to the people that just, if you commit the nutritional sin, commit it and be done with it. Go ahead.
Fair enough. You can give us a call at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK. You can always watch the show, too, on YouTube and on Facebook. Just search Let's Talk Nutrition. We live stream, so you can watch right along with us. You can also listen back to any past shows if you go to letstalknutrition.com and go to the show schedule tab or wherever you listen to your podcast. You can also send Dr. Garko an email. His email's drgarko@letstalknutrition. And listen, if you have a question or a comment, you can message us on Facebook. You can comment on our YouTube, comment on our Instagram, send Dr. Garko an email, however you want to get a hold of us. We will make sure you get your question answered the best we can.
For sure, 100%. 2 babies infected with coronavirus in China. The Chinese, yeah. They're really... Oh, and by the way, well, let me save that piece and I'll come back to it. But 2 babies have been infected, so I'll talk about that. The virus has killed more than 560 people, infected over 28,000. The vast majority are, of course, in China. Outside mainland China, it has spread to over 25 countries and territories, infected more than 250 and killed 2 outside of China. Close to 60 million people remain under lockdown in China. They're, can't get in, can't get out of some of these cities, or at least not with any great ease, with 3 cities reporting more than 1,000 confirmed cases each. The thousands of people that are being quarantined on the 2 cruise ships docked in Japan and Hong Kong were informed, and it was confirmed, that the virus, that people on the ship were infected. And 2 newborn babies in Wuhan have been infected, according to the Chinese state broadcaster. The youngest was diagnosed at 30 hours old. Formula One, I am a Formula One fan, race cars. Formula One's Shanghai Grand Prix is at risk of happening because amid this coronavirus fears. The Chinese Grand Prix is in jeopardy and growing fears over the spread of the coronavirus across China. Those drivers are not going to go there. I'm going to tell you that right now.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. They're not going to go. Race organizers are closely monitoring the situation, and a final decision will be made by the Federation Internationale of Automobiles, FIA, and Shanghai Grand Prix organization. They have already canceled and postponed a number of events in China under this threat. So that's what's going on with all that. It is out of control. And again, I'm going to remind people where this all began, in a seafood market, fish market in Wuhan that sold animals as well. Now, there's an interesting twist to this. A couple of weeks back, I identified the animals in which the virus tends to thrive and survive.
Right.
Remember camels? You remember that list?
And then they put in snakes as well and all that stuff.
Do you remember me mentioning bats?
Yeah.
Okay. What some of the health officials are thinking is that the first dozen or more people, more than that, maybe a couple dozen, 3 dozen people that got infected from the animals that were in the market. Okay? You had animals in that fish market.
All right. But, were they, bitten or were they eating?
Well, wait. And so then, once they got infected, it was transmitted. That's a zoonotic transmission from animal to human. That's called zoonotic transmission. Once those people got infected, then they start passing it on. Mm-hmm. Here's the question. How did the animals in the fish market get infected? We come back, I'll give you an answer to that. You might be surprised. I mentioned this species of animal 2 weeks ago. I'll give you a hint. They fly.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. It's me, your immune system. I'm always hard at work defending you against the many disease-causing viruses and bacteria that you are exposed to every day. But sometimes I need help to defeat the bad bugs. Luckily, our friends at Kyolic have come to the rescue. Kyolic has 2 super immune-enhancing supplements, Kyolic Immune Formula 103 and Kyo Green Harvest Blend Immune Defense. Kyo Green Harvest Blend is a power-packed blend of organic and naturally sourced grasses, ancient grains, fruits, veggies, herbal extracts, and spirulina in a fast-dissolving drink mix for a quick and easy way to support immunity. Kyolic Immune Formula 103 combines immune-boosting nutrients with aged garlic extract. Aged garlic extract has been clinically shown to support a healthy immune response and reduce both the duration and severity of cold and flu symptoms. Help me protect you with Kyolic supplements and nutritional drink mixes to fortify your immune health today. Available at fine natural health retailers.
The science of psychology tells us there is a connection between looking more attractive and having more self-confidence. One way to look more attractive is to have healthy-looking hair. Ridgecrest Herbal's award-winning Hair Revive can support healthy, attractive hair. Hair Revive is formulated with a stress-fighting complex, hair growth ingredients, a hormone balancing complex, and Chinese herbs. Taken together, the ingredients in Hair Revive promote hair growth, encourage healthier, thicker-looking hair, and support recovery from damaging hairstyling techniques, harsh chemicals, and daily stress. So start looking more attractive with healthier, thicker, and shinier hair with Ridgecrest Herbal's Hair Revive. Visit rcherbals.com for more information or call 1-800-242-4649 and mention this ad. That's 1-800-242-4649. This is Dr. Michael Garko, host of the nationally syndicated, globally streamed. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. New chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Irwin Naturals, premium vitamins and supplements. 25 years of gold standard supplements. Strauss Herbs, everything our bodies need is provided by nature. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. So I'm not a virologist. My daughter is. She forgot more about viruses than I'll ever know. But nevertheless, this business about the coronavirus, and everybody's talking about, including myself, identifying the Wuhan seafood fish market selling other animals. There were pigs in there, marmots, and who knows what all. The question to ask, and what the authorities are believing now, that the virus started on the platform where the people in the market got infected from the animals in the market, the pigs or whatever was there. They slaughtered the pigs, let's say. People ate that, and when they were handling the animals and slaughtering them, they were in contact, and they got infected. And then they also consumed the animals. I suspect when they cooked them, they killed the virus, but they got infected when they were handling it and slaughtering the animals. I'm surmising. They got infected somehow. They weren't slow dancing with the pigs. That somehow they got infected by those animals. The question to ask is, how did the animals in the market, the pigs and whatnot, Katie, see if you can find what animals were being sold in that market, the Wuhan market, seafood, fish market, besides fish. How did those animals, how did the pigs, for example, get infected? Okay. 2 weeks ago or so, I identified some animals that seemed to be the source, the venue for these viruses, where they originate. And I mentioned several animals, from camels to snakes, and then I mentioned bats. Okay. And that's where I'm headed. Scientists, or some, are believing the coronavirus outbreak likely began with bats. And they say that that's an omen for the next epidemic. I am giving attribution to Bloomberg and working a writer by the name of Robert Langreth and working off of his report. In China, perhaps in southern Yunnan province, there happens to be a cave. And the writer says that it may hold the mysterious origins of this deadly coronavirus that now has caused some havoc around in China and around the world. There's a fellow by the name of Peter Daszak. He's a disease ecologist at some nonprofit organization called EcoHealth Alliance. Dr. Daszak and his colleagues they got suited up and ventured into caves all over China and other parts of the world in search of bats and pathogens they carry. This is a very dangerous job. Did you find a list?
I did. It says they sell other animals besides seafood, but the selection's rather boring compared to the exotic assortments of snakes, mammals, and birds offered in summer maylands in China. But this market is also known to sell animals such as Himalayan palm civets, raccoon dogs, wild boars, and cobras.
Oh, for heaven's sake. No pigs?
Nope, chickens, but it says which are kept behind the butchered pork section of the market. So,
there you go.
Yes.
I knew there were pigs there. So these scientists are trying to figure out how the virus and why the virus seems to survive and thrive in bats. And there's some theories or hypotheses about that. This is very intriguing. These bats, they're thinking a bat could have gotten into that market, right? Mm-hmm. Or several, and dropped the virus on top of a cage or an area, slaughtering area, or some right. way they caused the virus to be transferred. And then the animals got infected. You understand?
Yeah.
So the pigs and the birds and all the other animals that Katie listed, had to be infected. The virus doesn't naturally incline to them.
Mhm.
It inclines more to the bat and to the snake and to snakes, by the way. And there
Right.
were snakes in that market. You hear what she said?
There were snakes in there too.
Yeah, she said that.
Cobra.
Cobras.
What?
Yeah, nice pet.
Burn it down.
And as the human population rises, the number of what they call spillover events is increasing, where you have a spillover from the animals to the humans.
Yeah.
And
Even
it's called
says that in this article.
They did say that?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's called a zoonotic event, where the animal's infected and then infects the human. The human comes in contact. Then once that human's infected, they infect other humans. The U.S. Centers for Disease and Control, the CDC, estimates that 3 out of every 4 emerging infection diseases in humans comes from animals. Bats contain the highest proportion of mammalian viruses that are likely to infect people in the so-called zoonotic infections. And this is according to a study published in 2017 by Dr. Daszak in the very famous journal called Nature. Another expert, Dr. Wang, says, I have 90% confidence it is a bat-borne virus. And this person leads the emerging infectious disease program at Duke National University of Singapore
Everyone's raving about
Medical School. And he, Dr. Wang, has been studying bat origins of human viruses for decades. So while you have the animals in the market that were infected, they're thinking now that the bats infected the animals in the market, and the people working in the markets, handling the pigs, slaughtering the animals, whatever they were doing, and they got infected. And we're headed to break.
Everyone's raving about the newest botanical superstar hitting the store shelves nationwide. Hemp-derived cannabidiol, or CBD, has been receiving a lot of attention for its tremendous promise on human health. Plus, CBD Oil by CV Sciences is the trusted brand setting the standards in this newly emerging category of plant-based extracts, offering a variety of hemp-derived CBD oil products that you can count on. In order to make the highest quality CBD oil products available, it is important to manage every step of the supply chain process, from seed to shelf. That's why, from harvesting our EU-certified hemp seeds, to laboratory testing for quality and safety, to producing our exceptional line of products, we are committed to going the extra mile. It is our commitment to you. Join the CBD evolution. Ask your local natural health retailer about Plus CBD oil products by CV Sciences today. Follow us on Facebook and learn more at pluscbdoil.com.
Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, host of
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Ridgecrest Herbals, take your health to a higher elevation. CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. New chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Yeah, the bats. Apparently, the bats are the culprit here, and with this new coronavirus. And I must confess, and I haven't talked to my daughter about it, these scientists are traveling around the world, exploring these caves, and Reggie's showing a image. You can see them. They have hazmat suits on. They're in these caves. It's very dangerous. Look at them. They're completely covered. You notice that?
Yeah.
It's like a scene from Chernobyl.
Yeah, and look at that. Look at that. And because these bats are infected with the virus, and they're handling them. You see them handling them? Look at that.
Oh, yeah. Let me go back.
In their hands. Look at that.
So is this anything we have to worry about with our bats?
All bats. Bats.
So it could potentially come here via bats, not people flying.
Well, not necessarily. These caves are all over the world. And there's something about the immune system. They think there's something about the immune system of the bats that somehow gets down-regulated. The immune system gets down-regulated, and it makes the bat a hospitable environment for the virus.
Okay.
So the virus is not going to be destroyed by the bat's immune system.
Really just an easy target for the virus. They're like, hey, I can live here pain-free.
For some reason, the bats down-regulate their immune system, and I don't quite understand that. I haven't looked at that deeply enough to speak intelligently and accurately about that. But they are a very inviting environment for the virus. What's so remarkable about this, just think about this for a second. A virus is a microorganism. There's no brain there. There's no way to think its way into doing what it does. This is all very primitive and instinctive. And these viruses have been on this planet for millions of years. And they have figured out how to survive. This is fascinating stuff. The question to ask is, how do they fit? How do these bacteria and these deadly bacteria and viruses fit into the scheme of natural selection and keeping the planet in balance and so on? They play a role.
Right.
And I can't talk about that either because I'm not quite certain how that, I'd have to research that and to speak about it more intelligently. But they play some role in this interplay between and among organisms. And we are an organism, just like they're an organism, but they're microscopic and we're macroscopic.
Mhm.
Bats are a mammalian animal, and they are an inviting species. So these scientists, this is all new to me. I confess, I did not know much about this. In this Nature study that was published in Nature, they found new coronavirus is a distant cousin of SARS, sharing almost 80% of its genetic sequence. And SARS, or severe acute respiratory syndrome, is another coronavirus that swept through China and other countries, as I've reported, 2002, 2003. It killed more than 800 people around the globe. It hijacks the same receptor site on the lungs that SARS hijacks.
But it killed 800 people over the matter of what you said, a year?
Yeah.
And we have this many deaths already in the matter of less than a month.
Less than a month.
That's terrifying.
It is. So this virus is lethal. And so the receptor on the lung cells that SARS uses to penetrate cells deep inside the lungs. See how clever they are? The receptor is also in the gut. The same receptor is in the gut, and it may pass through diarrhea as well. And I'm working off this article that I gave attribution to. Exactly, they say in the article, exactly how the deadly new coronavirus is sweeping through China made the leap from animal to human remains somewhat of a mystery, but the scientists think that the urban sprawl in China and the chaotic and loosely regulated free-for-all Chinese open-air markets that I alluded to last week may have created the perfect storm. The they're called wet markets, also present in Vietnam, Indonesia, and elsewhere in Southeast Asia, where they sell wild and domesticated animals.
I had never heard of the term wet market until I started reading this article. That's what the name of the article is, why they called wet markets.
Why do they call it a wet market?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a long history of it. The answer is kind of gross.
But go ahead.
It's live fish, open tubs, like all the tubs, there's always water all over. If it's not the water that the fish are in, it's the guts and blood of the animals.
The inner remains of the animals that they slaughter them right there.
It said there's just lots of water, blood, fish scales, and chicken guts everywhere. Things are wet here, so we call it a wet market.
And it creates an environment for infection.
Yeah.
Okay? Not only do you have viruses growing there that somehow the bats may have infected, or the snakes, but you also have bacteria. They find that an inviting environment too. So what you have here in China is this unregulated, and also throughout Southeast Asia, Indonesia, and Vietnam, and so on, these unregulated ways of selling food to people. Now, we live in this country where you got the CDC and all these agencies trying to protect people, the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, all these, the USDA, all these agencies are designed to do something. That is protect you and me. And you don't have that going on here. The Chinese government this president is under heavy fire for letting this happen. There's not enough regulation. What's the population of China? It is off the chain, Katie. See if you get that number. You got a population explosion.
You want to guess?
I don't even want to guess.
1.386 billion people.
Okay. We have 300 million and some change in this country. There are over 1 billion people. When you get that many people, as big as China is, but you got them contained in very small spaces like Wuhan and all these other places in these provinces that are highly populated. Lest we forget, we are an organism. And when you get that many organisms concentrated in unsanitary conditions, you now and doing things that are totally dangerous and infectious, this is what happens.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take Solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is not addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Did you get enough calcium today? 85% of women over the age of 20 and 50% of men over the age of 30 consume less than the recommended daily intake of calcium. One of the best ways to protect your bones and joints, Bone Up provides Australian hydroxyapatite, the very same form of calcium found in the human body. However, strong bones and joints require more than calcium. Magnesium, zinc, manganese, copper, silicon, vitamin C, vitamin D3, vitamin K, and boron are all beneficial to optimum joint function. Bone Up gives you all of these. Bone Up is the most healthful nutritional regimen for bones and joints. Ask for Bone Up at your local health food store. Or, for more information, go to www.jarrow.com for the best in calcium formulas.
The latest trend to hit the store shelves has the whole country buzzing. Cannabidiol, or CBD, might just be the greatest discovery of our generation. And it comes from a plant that is not so new, agricultural hemp. Yes, after 70 years of prohibition and misunderstanding, hemp is back to help you stay healthy and balanced. Growing research is showing that we have a lot to learn from the remarkable hemp plant. Nutrient-rich products like Plus CBD Oil's Total Plant Complex concentrated products provide broad-spectrum nutrition, including fatty acids, plant sterols, cannabinoids, terpenes, and naturally occurring vitamin E. From seed to shelf, all Plus CBD Oil products provide the highest quality hemp-derived CBD products available and are offered in a variety of delivery systems and flavors to suit your needs. Ask your local independent health food store about Plus CBD Oil products by CV Sciences today and learn more about the CBD evolution at pluscbdoil.com. That's pluscbdoil.com.
This is Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Strauss Herbs, everything our bodies need is provided by nature. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Celsius, live fit. Irwin Naturals, premium vitamins and supplements. 25 years of gold standard supplements. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
I'm reporting on this coronavirus, and I'm sharing with you what you're not going to hear on mainstream media in these reports. Let me paint this picture for you, and so that you understand, and I understand better, what's going on here, and take it out of the abstract. This is very concrete, very organic. You have these markets, these open-air markets are called wet markets. They're called wet markets because you have the remains of the animal that they slaughter right in front of customers on the ground, on the floor. You have water from the tanks everywhere splashing about, and you got the fluids coming out of these animals that they slaughter.
Like, why would anybody want to eat?
Right?
So,
Each their own.
And the animals are alive. And what you see, for example, you might see birds in the market, and they could be on top of a domestic pig. Then again, you have snakes and bats there, and they're in cages, and they're stacked on top of one another in wire mesh cages. Then you have virus-laden fluids and secretions that can be mixed together that create, guess what? New viruses. Especially when the animals are being slaughtered in the open air in front of the customers. They can get infected just like the employees that work there.
Who is eating snake?
I'm just telling you. You have to understand that different cultures, Reggie, in different cultures, different customs, what we may seem as aberrant and bizarre is not.
Or delicacy to them.
Yeah, and there's many foods. Talk to Richard Passwater. He travels all around the world. Sometimes he's sitting at a dinner and something in a plate, he doesn't even know what it is. I've talked to him about this. And he feels obligated to eat it because he doesn't want to insult the client.
Right.
And sometimes he's eating something. He says, Doc, sometimes I'm eating something. I don't even know what it is. And I'm afraid to ask.
Yeah, because you don't want to be insulting.
So that's how it is. You know, to them, a marmot is probably like a hot dog, okay? It's no big deal. Eating snakes and eating these animals is no big deal.
I'm shook.
So in these markets now, they produce these outbreaks. This is what's going on. I mean, that picture I just painted is reality. This is going on in China, Vietnam, Indonesia, throughout Southeast Asia, where you have billions. The population of China is over 1 billion people. Okay? And you have all these people contained in some of these cities in very small, large populations in these dense environments of humans. The bats are of great concern. They fly, they can get around, they can infect, and they breed the viruses love the internal environment of a bat. They survive there and they thrive there. And one early clue from this Bloomberg article of bats' role came from a 1998 outbreak of brain-infecting Nipah virus in Malaysia that killed over 100 people. It turned out that fruit bats with the virus were feeding on mango trees hanging over a pig enclosure. The bats dropped fruit into the pens and infected the pigs. The pigs then passed the pathogen on to people. You see how this works? This is not a mystery. These viruses are not just dropping in out of the ether. There is a sequence of contact and contamination that is occurring here. And that puts you, it puts me, it puts people around the world in a precarious position. So the Chinese government and all these other governments need to do a better job. They better do better than just a better job in getting this contained. This is going to happen. You mark my words. This is easy to predict. This is going to happen again and again and yet another time. You mark my words, and it will happen sooner rather than later. It's just obvious. And so now we have our own hands full here with this influenza business, where there are already over 8,000 people are dead this year. So that's the point. And you may think, well, geez, you spent a lot of time talking about this. Yes, I did. And I did because it is a testament to how the world has shrunk. There was a time when people were living and they thought, this world, the planet was so vast and so far away. Wuhan City is, not far from Washington. It's not when you think about it. And our ability to connect with each other around the world in a short span of time in different ways. And so this is a systemic. It's systems theory. We're all interconnected and interdependently related.
I remember when you first started doing this, started reporting on this.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen this. What did we start at? 8? I remember when it was 8.
8. So now we're over at 560.
Okay.
We'll see where it climbs to. It has not been technically or officially called a pandemic. I don't know if it'll get there. I hope not.
Is there like a certain number it reaches?
I think so. Yeah. If you go to the World Health Organization, they will define for you. I've looked at that site. There's epidemics, pandemics, and different kind of classifications, and you'll see that there. I don't know what the operational definition for a pandemic is. There's some number that or some metrics that need to be satisfied. And so that's the world we live in. And so, what happens in Wichita is not so far away from Wuhan. I'm just saying the way the world is. And that's why I keep saying we're all in this together. This is yet another piece of evidence to show that that's what I get at when I say that. And I mean that on many different dimensions. We're all in this together. And so when you get up this morning or any other morning, you're feeling like, okay, that's in China. It had nothing to do with me. It's not going to affect me or infect me. Well, maybe yes and maybe no.
I thought that. I was like, oh, well, I guess. I mean, it's in China, whatever.
Right. It makes people complacent.
And now I'm scared.
Well, no, we shouldn't be. You shouldn't be scared. We should be. Being scared is not useful. It will not help. Mm-hmm. What does help is being educated. That's what we're trying to do here on LTN, Coast to Coast and globally. We'll be back.
Wayne Elliott here to tell you about my experience with Strauss Heart Drops over the past 20 years. The Strauss Heart Drops saved me back then and changed my life forever. It's hard to describe how invigorating it is when you increase your blood flow everywhere. The heart drops have proven to dissolve plaque from arteries, veins, and vessels caused from cholesterol that can restrict or block our blood flow, our body's most important function. I was able to avoid open heart surgery, as was my father, and instead cleared our arteries painlessly and without chemical drugs, which, by the way, do not claim to remove any plaque or increase blood flow otherwise. Strauss Heart Drops work, I can assure you. No contraindications with pharma drugs. Strauss Heart Drops are safe, and Strauss guarantees your satisfaction with a money-back guarantee. So you can't go wrong and certainly have nothing to lose. If you've had open heart surgery, angina, diabetes, low energy, cold hands and feet, or grayish-blue skin or lips, Strauss Heart Drops are for you. For more information, go online to StraussNaturals.com. You can purchase Strauss Heart Drops at fine health stores or on Amazon. I promise you won't be sorry.
With the incredible growth of the natural products industry, we have never had more products to choose from. And at the same time, getting healthy has never been more confusing. Irwin Naturals has made it easy for consumers, bringing relevant, high-integrity supplements to the marketplace. Irwin Naturals soft gel delivery technology was chosen over 20 years ago for its ability to quickly and effectively deliver the beneficial nutrients found in their formulas into our bodies for enhanced bioavailability. Irwin Naturals uses a multi-step approach for their products, utilizing the latest clinically researched ingredients while assuring that all claims are supported by scientific evidence. These strict quality standards have allowed Irwin Naturals to bring high-quality CBD products made with full-spectrum hemp extract to the public at an extremely affordable price while using the highest quality hemp. Irwin Naturals stays in tune with the ever-changing face of health in America. When choosing your supplements, consider using high-quality, relevant products from Irwin Naturals.
The preceding was a commercial program paid for by Let's Talk
Nutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garka, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garka, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for stopping by today. Appreciate your listenership, viewership, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show. It could be anywhere from Steubenville to Sweden. Right? I mean, we're now in Steubenville, and the show streams, so it could be we could have somebody in Sweden watching the show somewhere in Sweden or Switzerland or wherever. It's fun to do. I get the biggest kick out of being able to have that kind of reach, and I hope that we can even make it more so. It's fun. It truly is. To be able to connect with people like that. And I was just saying to Reggie, you never know who's listening or watching. You never know. And you don't know why either. People listen and watch for a variety of different reasons. And there's the science of radio, and they study these things, radio, the consumer behavior. And they do it with all the different forms of media, radio, TV, and whatnot, internet, social media. They study the demographic and psychographic features of the audience and why people listen or watch or do what they do on these platforms. And it's interesting. And you never know the effect that you're having either. So you're sort of, you have to, you can't worry about it. You just have to perform and report and do your job and hope that it comes off in a way that will resonate with the audience. I spent the first hour today talking about the genesis of this virus, this coronavirus, this so-called new or novel coronavirus. Believe you me, this won't be the last new one. This is going to happen more and more if these countries in Southeast Asia, in particular, do not do a better job in managing these markets, these open air they're called wet markets. They're called wet because there's water all over the place from the fish tanks, the remains of the animals that they're being slaughtered right there in the market and whatnot. I spent a whole hour today talking about that. I wanted to make it concrete so that now when you listen to they're not going to report that on mainstream media. They don't have the time. It's not that they don't want to. They can't. So I have the time here, and I take the time. So now when you're listening to these stories on cable or the major networks or whatever, you'll have more context and how bats and snakes and these animals are implicated in the promulgation and the survival of these viruses. So you now have more context. And you can always call the show, contact us. We love it when you do. When people call, I truly enjoy talking to you and interacting with you, listening to what you have to say.
You can give us a call at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK. You can also find us on Facebook if you search Let's Talk Nutrition. If you have a question you want to get answered, maybe you don't want to be on air, you don't want to give us a call, message us on Facebook or on YouTube if you're watching our live stream. You can message us there as well, or on our Instagram, or you can email Dr. Garko personally. His email is drgarko@letstalknutrition.com.
Yesterday, I commented, and I've commented on this before in other shows, that we are cardiovascularly, no such word, I don't think, vulnerable. We are. Our arteries are vulnerable to disease. And that's just the way it is. And for a lot of different reasons I won't get into now. But we know that certain lifestyle behaviors, like smoking, drinking too much alcohol, too much stress, for example, or environmental factors like toxins in the air, the water, soil, the food, and our food that we consume itself are all risk factors to disease the arteries, to damage the arteries, and they become diseased. So meat, poultry, and fish are in the category of meat. Red meat, steak, cattle, poultry, and fish are in the category of meat. Some people don't realize that fish is considered a meat. It is. And we know now that processed red meats, notice my language, I try to be careful. Processed red meats have a high likelihood to increase a person's risk for cardiovascular disease and cardiovascular-related death, either from stroke, heart attack, heart failure, some reason. But unprocessed meats, fish and poultry, are they in fact less harmful? Are they more safe? Do they put you at less of a risk? And when I say processed meats, I'm referring to luncheon meats, these meats that you see shrink wrapped, that are often given during holidays and Christmas and whatnot, and the salamis and all that stuff. A number of studies have created or found a link, a correlation between consuming processed meat, for example, bacon, hot dogs, sausages, and other kinds of meat in that same category, and having an increased risk for cardiovascular, coronary heart disease, and death. The higher, it turns out, amount of saturated fat, and these foods are saturated fat laden, and the higher the sodium levels and the amount of preservatives in these foods contribute to that correlation. In the processing, they've made the foods fatter, saltier, and more preservative-like. And that might help explain that correlation. Some current research has suggested that even a low consumption level of these foods can still put a person in cardiovascular jeopardy. But what about unprocessed poultry, unprocessed red meat, unprocessed fish? Do they have that sort of same deleterious cardiovascular risk associated with them? The research is even more mixed here, looking for some clarity. When you look at the findings over a number of studies, particularly the different methods that were used in the studies, and partly because the existing prospective cohort studies had limitations, you get mixed findings. There's a number of research reasons why the findings are mixed. It has something to do with the way the studies are designed, the type of study, and so on, which is complicated. I'm not going to get into some tedious explanation of that. It's not necessary. Just suffice it to say that the research could be more rigorous, more systematic, and better. And when you're getting, there are two major reasons, at least two, why you get mixed findings. One, there wasn't enough theory or empirical evidence to drive the study in the first place. You had no foundation, theoretical or empirical foundation for the study. And the second major reason for mixed findings is the study is not well designed. It was an improper method. There was contamination of the data, and so on. And that's how you get mixed results. The pooled analysis appears in this current study in the Journal of Internal Medicine. We come back, I'll tell you what they found. Dr. Zong and Dr. Zong's colleagues looked at prospective cohort studies that have been carried out across the U.S., and they had a sample size of 29,682 U.S. adults who did not have cardiovascular disease at the start of the study. They pooled all of them together. 44% were men, 31% were non-white. Come back, I'll tell you the results. Ridgecrest Herbal's original Clear Lung supplement has been the #1 selling natural product for lung health since 1998. Clear Lung's formula is a synergistic blend of Chinese herbs that helps maintain open airways and balance mucus levels. It combines the healing properties of 13 perfectly balanced herbs that have been used in traditional Chinese medicine for over 2,000 years. Need extra help? Try Ridgecrest Herbal's Clear Lung's Extra Strength with twice the herbs and Ridgecrest Herbal's patented Availablend formula designed to support the bioavailability of the original 13 herbs. Got a picky kid who doesn't like pills? Clear Lung's liquid is safe for children and has a naturally sweet orange flavoring. And don't forget to check out Clear Lung's Immune and Clear Lung's Sport. Visit rcherbals.com or call 1-800-242-4649 and mention this ad to order the right Clear Lungs product for you. That's 1-800-242-4649.
Did you get enough calcium today? 85% of women over the age of 20 and 50% of men over the age of 30 consume less than the recommended daily intake of calcium. One of the best ways to protect your bones and joints, Bone Up provides Australian hydroxyapatite, the very same form of calcium found in the human body. However, strong bones and joints require more than calcium. Magnesium, zinc, manganese, copper, silicon, vitamin C, vitamin D3, vitamin K, and boron are all beneficial to optimum joint function. Bone Up gives you all of these. Bone Up is the most healthful nutritional regimen for bones and joints. Ask for Bone Up at your local health food store. Or, for more information, go to www.jarrow.com for the best in calcium formulas.
This is Dr. Michael Garko, host of the nationally syndicated, globally streamed health talk show, Let's Talk. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. New chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Irwin Naturals, premium vitamins and supplements. 25 years of gold standard supplements. Strauss Herbs, everything our bodies need is provided by nature. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, exploring the question of, we certainly know that processed meats, bacon, sausage, and the like, luncheon meats, are deleterious to our health, our cardiovascular health. We are cardiovascular vulnerable. Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for tuning in. And in this latest study, they wanted to explore whether red meat, fish, and poultry that are not processed in the way these other processed meats are, would it make a difference in whether or not it's going to affect your cardiovascular health? And in this study, you heard me say, it came off quickly, you may have missed it, where I said it's a prospective cohort study. They looked at prospective cohort studies. Well, what does that mean? Let me just hang with me for a second. I can explain this very simply to you. What is a prospective cohort study? First of all, cohort means a group. It's a group of people who share something in common. For example, a cohort could be a group of people. It's a study of smokers. All smoke.
Right.
A cohort could be a group of people who all eat unprocessed meat.
Okay.
Okay? So what does prospective and retrospective mean? A retrospective is where you take a group of people, let's say 100 people, who suffered from AIDS, and you might ask them, they're already diseased, they already have the disease, and you ask them about their lifestyle choices and their medical history in order to understand how did they get the AIDS. And then you have a second group of 100 people without AIDS, and you ask them the same questions. Or you don't ask them those questions, they just don't have AIDS. So the people already have the disease, and now you're going back and trying to figure out how did that happen. A prospective study is where you have 100 people with a high risk for AIDS and are followed for 20 years to see if they develop the AIDS. Or you have a group of people with a high risk for coronary heart disease, and you study them for 20 years to see what happens. It's into the future. They don't have the disease yet. Let's see what happens. Retrospective, they already have the disease, and you go back to find out why. Okay? So now you have a cohort prospective study. It's a group of people, in this case, who were eating unprocessed meats, and they were followed for a period of time to see what happens. I hope that wasn't too complicated, but that's what we're dealing with here in this new study. So there were 29,682 people in the sample from it was a meta-analysis. They took people from different studies. 44% were men, almost 31% were non-white. The researchers recorded the participants' dietary data between 85 and 2002. You see why it's prospective? They followed them from 85 to 2002, and they followed them clinically for 30 years. And then until August 31st, 2016. Over that median follow-up period of 19 years, 6,963 adverse cardiovascular events were reported. 8,875 all-cause deaths happened. Of the cardiovascular events, 38.6% were cases of coronary heart disease, 25% were stroke, and 34% were heart failure. What they found was, by the way, one serving of meat, what they found was one serving of meat was equivalent to 4 ounces of unprocessed red meat or poultry, or 3 ounces of fish. That's what they considered a serving. For processed meat, one serving consisted of 2 slices of bacon, 2 small links of sausages, or 1 hot dog. Compared with the median consumption in terms of servings of meat and poultry and fish per week was 1.5 for processed meat, 3 for unprocessed meat, and 2 for poultry, and 1.6 for fish. Compared with the people with lower intake of these 4 types of foods, participants with higher total intake were more likely to be younger and male, non-Hispanic Black, be smokers and have diabetes, have a higher body mass index, have higher non-density lipoprotein. HDL is low. It's not good. Cholesterol levels, in other words, that HDL was low, and they consumed more alcohol. They had lower HDL cholesterol levels, and they tended to eat a lower diet quality. They had a higher incidence of cardiovascular disease from any cause. So the people that were eating red from eating these processed meats were correlated with all these other factors. You notice something there? They were doing one bad habit, but they had other bad habits. That's usually how it goes. They were smokers. They tended to have bad lipid panels and so on. They consumed more alcohol. Usually, when people are leading an unhealthy lifestyle, it's not just one thing that they're doing that's unhealthy. It's two or three or constellation. The main outcome of this was that the scientists figured out that the relative risk of cardiovascular disease and all-cause mortality over 30 years was high for these people. And I'll come back and I'll explain it just a little bit more about that unprocessed group.
Everyone's raving about the newest botanical superstar hitting the store shelves nationwide. Hemp-derived cannabidiol, or CBD, has been receiving a lot of attention for its tremendous promise on human health. Plus, CBD Oil by CV Sciences is the trusted brand setting the standards in this newly emerging category of plant-based extracts, offering a variety of hemp-derived CBD oil products that you can count on. In order to make the highest quality CBD oil products available, it is important to manage every step of the supply chain process, from seed to shelf. That's why, from harvesting our EU-certified hemp seeds, to laboratory testing for quality and safety, to producing our exceptional line of products, we are committed to going the extra mile. It is our commitment to you. Join the CBD evolution. Ask your local natural health retailer about Plus CBD oil products by CV Sciences today. Follow us on Facebook and learn more at pluscbdoil.com.
1250 WHNZ. Online at
Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Ridgecrest Herbals, take your health to a higher elevation. CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. New chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
So does it make a difference whether you eat highly processed meat or unprocessed meat in terms of your cardiovascular risk in eating those meats? Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Intuitively,
I say you about to probably ruin my life right now. Go ahead.
Intuitively, one might conclude, well, if I stay away from the highly processed meats, the luncheon meats, bacon, sausages, and the like, I'm going to do okay. Right. I'll just eat, fish, poultry, and chicken. It's not processed like that with a lot of salt, more fat, more whatever, preservatives, and so on. Well, just remember, I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot me. It turns out that in this most recent study, where they looked at people, a prospective cohort, over a long period of time, it was a 30-year follow-up. When the people started off, they didn't have cardiovascular disease. They were a cohort because they were a cohort for the one feature, they were eating unprocessed meat. That's what made them a cohort. They shared that similar feature. What the researchers found was the increased relative risk of cardiovascular disease and all-cause mortality ranged from about 3% to 7%. The increased absolute risk were less than 2% over 30 years in the follow-up. They found that whether you ate processed meat or unprocessed meat, you were still at risk. You were still at risk. More in-depth details showed that for every 2 additional servings of processed meat per week, the relative risk rose by 3% compared to those who did not eat processed meat. The same is true for each additional 2 servings of unprocessed. The same was also true for each additional 2 servings of unprocessed meat. The relative risk of cardiovascular disease rose by 7% for every 2 servings of processed meat per week, and for unprocessed meat, it was 3% risk. So there's still a risk. You are not out of the woods. People who consume more servings per week will have a greater risk, whether it's processed or unprocessed meat. So, we look for it. My takeaway is that you're still better off to eat the unprocessed meat. Even though there is still a relative risk, it is less of a risk, that is true, than eating processed meat. You are ahead of the game by eating the unprocessed fish, red meat, or poultry. If you can eat organic meat, whether it's red meat, fish, or poultry, meaning free range, not exposed to toxins and whatnot, that's even better yet. But that being said, my takeaway from my independent review of the literature over a number of years, and even currently now, is that a diet high in meat does not serve our biology very well. It just doesn't. And you look at different cultures across the planet where they're more meat-oriented than plant-oriented in their diet. One culture is Mongolia. When you look at the diet of Mongolians, which is high in meat, their health is a dumpster fire. It's a dumpster fire. Compared to Okinawa, that is more plant-based. And that's just, those are the facts. And I could give you other examples across the globe where when you look at the diet of those people over even centuries, you see that they do better when it's plant-based, more plant-based. Notice I didn't say 100%. And I don't advocate for people abandoning, abrogating, or abolishing eating of meat altogether. I don't. Why? Because I know it's never going to happen, first of all.
Thank you.
And tell people to do that, you're whistling past the graveyard. It's not going to help. You can only encourage people to do it temperately, moderately, and to inform them, educate them that, if you want to have a filet once a month or whatever you're having it, fine. But to eat meat 3 and 4 times a week, and you're grilling it at high temperatures or frying it at high temperatures, oh my God, please. I would be irresponsible to tell you that's just fine and dandy. There's no science to support that that's not good for you. There's a ton of science to tell me and to tell you that that's not a good idea. 877
You're ruining my life right now.
877. I know. See,
I can't even. I'm sitting across the table from you. I'm trying not to make eye contact, but it's hard.
877-897-8255. Those things cause people to have cognitive dissonance. And what I learned the hard way. Sometimes one's zeal and passion and idealism gets in the way of persuading people. You make them feel too uncomfortable. And you can't do that. You can't make people feel so guilt-ridden and so uncomfortable that they turn off and turn you off on top of it. A giant click out here will be people changing a station, and I don't want to do that. So what I've learned out of experience is that you message it so that you're reasonable. To tell people, never eat meat. Never, really? Come on. That's not going to happen. And by the way, it might not be necessarily all that bad either at the end of the day. Food is to be enjoyed. Your diet, your food, your experience and relationship with food shouldn't be like you are in some Navy SEAL boot camp or some forced march, as I always say, through the jungles of Burma during the hottest time of year. It shouldn't be like that. And so unpleasant and so restrictive and so I don't know, boring. Listen, you go to France, you sit down and have a meal there, you're going to get butter on the table. There are going to be all kind of creams on the food, and Saucier is going to make all these sauces and put it on the food. You're going to eat bread. You're going to drink wine, and they have better coronary heart health than we do. They do.
Yeah.
Okay? Go to Italy, same way. Mediterranean diet, there's meat in there. Not a lot. It's more plant-based. They even drink wine. It's good. We'll find a way.
Wayne Elliott here to tell you about my experience with Strauss Heart Drops over the past 20 years. The Strauss Heart Drops saved me back then and changed my life forever. It's hard to describe how invigorating it is when you increase your blood flow everywhere. The Heart Drops have proven to dissolve plaque from arteries, veins, and vessels caused from cholesterol that can restrict or block our blood flow, our body's most important function. I was able to avoid open heart surgery, as was my father, and instead cleared our arteries painlessly and without chemical drugs, which, by the way, do not claim to remove any plaque or increase blood flow otherwise. Strauss Heart Drops work, I can assure you. No contraindications with pharma drugs. Strauss Heart Drops are safe, and Strauss guarantees your satisfaction with a money-back guarantee. So you can't go wrong and certainly have nothing to lose. If you've had open heart surgery, angina, diabetes, low energy, cold hands and feet, or grayish-blue skin or lips, Strauss Heart Drops are for you. For more information, go online to StraussNaturals.com. You can purchase Strauss Heart Drops at fine health stores or on Amazon. I promise you won't be sorry.
Have you experienced the wisdom of nature? With Zyflamend Whole Body from New Chapter, Zyflamend is a 10-herb blend that delivers 3 health benefits. First, Zyflamend is an herbal approach to pain relief, helping to soothe minor pain or soreness. Second, Zyflamend is a joint supplement with time-tested herbs to support joint function and flexibility. And the third benefit, Zyflamend supports the body's healthy inflammation response, something that's essential for maintaining whole body health. Zyflamend is New Chapter's clinically tested blend of 10 remarkable herbs, including pure and potent turmeric, ginger, and green tea. Zyflamend is non-GMO, project verified, gluten-free, and 100% vegetarian. New Chapter is a leader in supplement quality. Every ingredient, every product, every time. Discover Zyflamend, New Chapter's #1 selling multi-herbal. Zyflamend is made with ginger for occasional pain relief after exercise. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Ridgecrest Herbal's original Clear Lung supplement has been the #1 selling natural product for lung health since 1998. Clear Lung's formula is a synergistic blend of Chinese herbs that helps maintain open airways and balance mucus levels. It combines the healing properties of 13 perfectly balanced herbs that have been used in traditional Chinese medicine for over 2,000 years. Need extra help? Try Ridgecrest Herbal's Clear Lung's Extra Strength with twice the herbs and Ridgecrest Herbal's patented Availablend formula designed to support the bioavailability of the original 13 herbs. Got a picky kid who doesn't like pills? Clear Lung's liquid is safe for children and has a naturally sweet orange flavoring. And don't forget to check out Clear Lungs Immune and Clear Lungs Sport. Visit rcherbals.com or call 1-800-242-4649 and mention this ad to order the right Clear Lungs product for you. That's 1-800-242-4649. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Strauss Herbs, everything our bodies need is provided by nature. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Celsius, live fit. Irwin Naturals, premium vitamins and supplements. 25 years of gold standard supplements. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
And here's the LTN health question of the day. Earlier in today's show, in fact, throughout the first hour, I talked about the genesis of this new coronavirus. It won't be the last new coronavirus, trust me. And how did it happen? Where did it come from? What do they now believe occurred in that fish market, that wet market in Wuhan, where they were slaughtering animals in front of customers, the pigs and whatever, and the remains are all on the ground, and you have fluid coming out of the fish tanks, and you got the fluids coming out of the animals, and it creates a incredible environment for viruses to create new viruses. That mix, and you end up creating new viruses. But all that being said, and I described the cages where you had the different animals in cages. Where were they? Snakes and whatnot in the cages. We now know that the virus is now being spread from human to human. But initially it was being spread from animal to human. The people in the market working there and the people who came to the market got infected from the animals. Here's the question. What do they think caused the animals, the pigs and other birds and whatnot in that market to get infected? How did they get infected? What do they think happened? Do they think it was bats? Do they think it was snakes? Or do they think it was some other animals, but they're not sure?
You're going to laugh, Del. The person on hold called and answered the question 2 minutes ago before you asked it.
He knew I was going to ask.
He knew exactly what you were going to ask. I was confused. I thought I missed your question. He called with the answer. I was like, did I just lose consciousness for a few minutes?
Well, that's possible.
Wait, yeah, I mean, well.
So was it the bats that they think infected those animals in the market? Do they think it was the snakes that infected some of the snakes already in the market that did it? Or do they think it was some other animals and are not sure? Okay, Del, since you speed dialed the number, welcome to the show. How did those animals in the market do they think got infected? What's their theory? Del?
Pressure.
Del?
Oh, gosh.
Can't hear him.
That's anxiety.
I don't know. Maybe
it's got to be it.
Katie will find him. She's working on it.
You dialed that fast, you got to be right, too. Like, you can't be wrong. We can't give it to him if he's wrong.
She's on the phone. So I can't.
Yeah, no.
He can't. I don't know if he can hear me.
I don't know.
Oh, there you go. How are you?
Oh, fine. I'm doing good. Although I have an additional question.
Okay, but let me ask you. Before you go there, did you want to answer the question for today?
Yes, please.
Okay, so it was the bats. That's what they think, Del. They think it was the bats. And you have scientists right now, and they've been doing this for a number of years, and it's a dangerous job. They wear hazmat suits. They travel all over the world, and they go into these caves to collect these bats and to study the bats, their immunological system, to see what viruses are in them, and so on and so forth, and so that we can do better. And it's dangerous. So the bats, they think, may have been in that market, and either their droppings or they somehow got that virus spread onto the animals in some form or fashion. And the workers touched the animals, customers touched those remains, took the meat home, they were touching it, they got infected, and it all started, they think, with the bats. So congratulations. You had a question, though. Go ahead.
I did. You were talking yesterday about the silver products and such as that for a while.
Yep.
And I've got a throat that's been 10 days, and that thing, I use gargle, salt, and all of that stuff. And I'm wondering, is there a silver product that's got for gargling?
Okay, so what I would do is I take the Silver Biotics product, I would get the spray bottle, and I would continually spray my throat with that. That's what I would do. And I would take the product also. I mean, I would literally swallow, do whatever.
Yeah, I use a toothbrush, toothpaste in the evening, and then I keep that in there, and I even try to gargle with it.
I understand.
It doesn't seem to be...
I know. I'm going to have to. I got another caller, but I want to just. My advice would be, I would get the spray bottle, the spray product. It's the same thing that you're drinking, and I would spray my throat, my mouth several times a day at night before I go to bed, and try to get it back onto your throat and see what happens. And plus, take it orally, whatever they recommend, teaspoons or tablespoons, whatever they're. I just drink it out of the bottle, Del. That's what I would recommend.
You really do.
Del, thank you. Appreciate you, and congratulations on winning the prize today. Ava, welcome to the show. It's great to have you on. Hi, Ava.
Well, I'm very excited to be on because you are new to my region in northern New England last week.
Oh, in Maine? In Maine.
Right. It actually emanates from New Hampshire, both on AM, WTSN, and an FM station, 98.1. But let me tell you, you are a welcome breath of fresh air from those that formerly took your spot.
Oh. Well, thank you. You're so kind. I so much appreciate that.
Yep. And a couple of comments. First, for about 15 years, if I've taken a domestic flight, could be to Florida, could be to California, I have donned not only a mask, but gloves. And both passengers and staff on the flight would say, "Oh, are you sick?" And I'd say, "No, but you might be."
Oh, jeez. Listen, we're almost out of time. The music is playing. We're going to have a few seconds. Let me just say this to you. What I do when I travel is I use the Silver Biotics products, the spray. Call me back tomorrow. We'll talk some more from Maine. I love it. Your health is your wealth.
Everyone's raving about the newest botanical superstar hitting the store shelves nationwide. Hemp-derived cannabidiol, or CBD, has been receiving a lot of attention for its tremendous promise on human health. Plus, CBD Oil by CV Sciences is the trusted brand setting the standards in this newly emerging category of plant-based extracts, offering a variety of hemp-derived CBD oil products that you can count on. In order to make the highest quality CBD oil products available, it is important to manage every step of the supply chain process, from seed to shelf. That's why, from harvesting our EU-certified hemp seeds to laboratory testing